Usually it's Beatrix and Esmeralda, but for Aura, they settle for the Yve and Esmeralda, so the very troublesome Yve is still very much a factor here. Alter Ego now, will they take the Cho in the first phase though, to make sure that it doesn't get eliminated by the second phase?
We'll have to wait and see here, Arashi. I mean, yeah, Aura Fire with 3 games now, they commit to this Yve pick for FaZe. I mean, he played a splendid Yve in both of the games, so we'll have to see here, will he give the same impact for the third game? Alter Ego, what will they respond here with? Will they go for a gold laner here? Because it seems like Beatrix and Wanwan has been opted out. Paquito and as well as, Claude, a gold laner here for Alter Ego. And seems like, of course, in the hands of Nino, it's gonna be scary.
Very, very scary. We saw that the Claude on the hands of Nino was the factor that that was the crucial factor that actually enabled Alter Ego to come back against Rebellion when they had a 10,000 gold lead. But man, oh, this is Godita once again, ladies and gentlemen, jumping on your screens, picked up by Aura Fire. It's actually pretty funny because like it's contrast, right? Aura Fire, but they pick up a water hero.
Aura Fire.
It's a bit counterproductive, right?
I mean, game number 1, they managed to you know, win with this,
exactly. So it's like fire using water.
It's a balance.
It's a balance. It's yin and yang.
They're the avatar. They can use all these different elements, man. But so in the second phase right now, we'll see. Will the Cho actually get banned out? That is still the main question because, well, as I mentioned that, it is banned out because now Aura, they have the aggressive roamer that they need to make the plays happen in the early game. And for Alter Ego, the signature roamer that made so many plays, that was the MVP for the previous game, is no longer on the table. What will they offer?
Well, if you're talking about CC, there's Atlas and as well as Kufra, but here's a quote from Udil. FaZe is very impactful for Aura. Yeah, it's very evident, and he is a reason why Aura is way better than before. I do agree. I think like in the gaming house itself, I think FaZe shows a leader role here, perhaps a father figure for most of the players, perhaps.
Father figure.
Even in the games though, he is the main shot caller. He even has a lot to say in the draft with Coach Tezet together. So you're right, the impact that FaZe has brought to this team has been just amazing. So we'll see, ladies and gentlemen, as Aura Fire wrap up their second banning phase with the Cho, and most probably we might see another ban towards Leo Murphy, maybe possibly something like the Atlas or the Ruby. Yeah. All right, so they already have 2 melee. Well, not melee. Kadita isn't melee, but you need to go to melee form, very close to your target to actually go and dish out the damage. So banning on something like Ruby that can clash and can stop that momentum from happening is very, very good. Aura banning it out. Alter Ego with the Natalia ban. Now, do they want to ban another? This is interesting. They banned Natalia because they know Hai can play it, and they know that Claude is very weak in the early game. Do they want to ban a jungler here?
I don't know.
Or not?
I mean,
Hai,
or
hero
gold lane.
pool.
I mean, with this Natalia, I think they're signaling another quote-unquote weak or backliner hero that they are going to commit there later in the second phase, but they are going to limit Kabuki's hero pool here with this Brody ban. Arashi, Aura Fire, I think they should pick up, I don't think they should pick up the gold lane here in this first pick of the second phase.
Well, Alter Ego seems to really want to limit a hero pool, and for Hai it's a bit too wide, so going for Kabuki makes sense. If Alter Ego wants to go for a lot of dive as well, the crowd control, the stun coming in from the Brody will be very difficult to deal with. But Aura, they offer that Melissa, man.
Wow.
That's a lot of self-peel, and we talked about Aura. One of their issues in the previous game was they get overwhelmed. With Melissa in the picture, that will be a lot easier to deal with in the current game.
I don't know though. Right now, yeah, it's very, very interesting, but Esmeralda has actually become the top pick hero in MPID Season 10 with a total of 30 picks. So, you know, amongst all the Valentinas, the Fannies, the Faramis, it's Esmeralda that hasn't been banned but has been picked the most in MPLID. Back to the topic though, Alter Ego, what do they pick now that Aura have selected that Melissa? You cannot go for that crazy dive anymore, and in that gold lane, if you go for a melee hero, you are gonna have trouble, but they still do it anyways. Alter Ego they pick up a Lolita and a Baxia. Two
Wow.
heroes that need to go melee towards the Melissa.
I mean, Baxia, take a look. Earlier, it was what, 17% win rate, so not a very good win rate per se. But man, Alter Ego, it seems like they're confident here in this deal breaker of a game. They will commit to this Baxia, and I guess, yeah, against a Melissa, and as well as, yeah, against a Melissa, you can provide cover with that Lolita here, Rashi. But Aura of Fire will close out their composition with a Ling. It's quite interesting here. It seems like the only viable target is only that Claude.
Exactly. This is confusing to me. I thought like with Alter Ego having 3 tanky members, they for sure want to go and take the fight towards Aura Fire and allow Nino the space to actually do the damage and let him be the main damage dealer. So maybe the thought process from Aura Fire is to try and take him out with the Assassin, but against 3 fighters, against a Baxia, Lolita, as well as a Paquito, is that even feasible? And it's a great strategy from Alter Ego as well, because with so many tanky members, they have a lot of options to try and explore, open up the map, to try and scout for Godita.
Well, we'll see here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, both of the drafts set up in a way where we have contrasted styles once again. A heavy dive composition versus a somewhat front-to-back composition from Aura Fire. Gani, it's time.
It's time. Mirko, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Arashi, are you ready?
Absolutely, man.
It's time. Let's just jump into the Land of Dawn to witness the conclusion once again against for Alter Ego and as well as Aura of Fire. Who will prevail is going to be the question. Composition-wise, it's up in the air, right? I don't like that Baxia pick, but I really do not like that Ling pick as well. So it's kind of a 50-50 for me. But yeah, now we are going to see that kids will play that Paquito.
Let's see. This matchup, Melissa versus Claude, is very, very tough on the Claude, but with Leo Murphy coming in, it's a 2v1.
2v1, Kabuki will, with no flicker in hand, so Kabuki might be in trouble. Oh my god, a lot of damage tanking in, and
Wait.
this first blood will come. Again, presented to you by Samsung Galaxy Series. Alter Ego already picking up their pace here in the first minute.
This is something you need to note down as a gold laner. Again, you're never in a 1v1. Never! You're never 1v1 in the gold lane. You need to be wary. Every single time the roamer is missing from the map, 99.9% of the time, it is the roamer rotating towards the bottom lane. So, Kabuki, kind of too aggressive.
Wow, with the flicker. Leo Murphy there looking for the, I guess, surprise play. Doesn't really add to anything just yet. It's a stop side, it's 2v1, but High, of course, will not force a fight against a Baxia. 25 seconds on the first turtle here. We'll have to see what will happen in the mid side. Kids already with a heavy left punch. Trying to deal damage. High gets caught here. Tempest Blade was used. He needs to be careful. He is low now. Yeah, Aura of Fire already behind on rotation.
Wow, Alter Ego now is still pushing the tempo. They have 3 tankier members, and Godita, despite his best attempts here, he can't really try and get a lot of pickups because there's no real easy target for him to try and burst down, especially because the rest of his team, even the roamer, right, it's not exactly, there's no one else to try and supplement the crowd control or the damage, so he's stuck just trying to zone Alter Ego away and just buy time for that late game for Aura Fire.
It's going to be tough here for both of the teams in the early stage, but more so for Aura, as Ling actually is pretty weak now in the early stage of the game with the nerfs coming in on towards his base HP. Fluffy though, wow, that movement, he's able to utilize the sprint to actually juke around and to buy time for High to come through.
Yeah, now we are going to see a battle of retribution here, 3 versus 3 turtle side, and both mid laners already joining. But what is going on? High, Slimus mechanic here. First turtle will be secure, but take a look, a man will fall here. Aura of Fire down with 4. Godiva is the only casualty, and kids, yeah, picking up the turtle and taking the jungles away in the hands of High.
I'm very curious to what happened there, because oh wait, another real-world manipulation versus real-world manipulation, but Kabuki puts that doll in. Again, I want to talk about that, because, alright, Arashi, logically, if he actually tapped on the second ability, it would have gone to the turtle, because the turtle was lower HP. So he targeted it towards the top side, unless it was just out of range.
Perhaps. It's definitely a confusing moment as well. We were all quite caught out of guard, and Alter Ego, seeing that one misstep, or what looks like a misstep, they instantly go for the burst onto the objective. They were able to secure the turtle and actually come out on top by picking out Godiva as well. Here's the issue. Can Godiva right now Altigo has a lot of momentum in the early game. So if they trade a lot and allow Aura Fire to catch up, that will be not beneficial for Aura Fire at all.
Oh, Fluffy gets caught here. He has no escape with the combination of Pion as well as that real world population.
Wait.
He will not be able to escape at top side. Pi with that chill unity will crash on towards high. No follow-up damage just yet, but yeah, it is still Aura Fire behind here, ladies and gentlemen.
Very, very tough for Aura Fire in the early stage, where they should actually have a little bit of an edge, right? They have the Melissa and Lane very, very dominant, but Godiva, oh, that was very good timing on the Breath of the Ocean, but coming back at it again, winning lanes. Aura Fire should actually have the winning lane in the bottom side. They should be able to utilize it because of that first kill. It actually goes over to Alter Ego, and even in the top side, the Esmeralda is pretty strong. She was able to withstand a 2v1 dive.
Yeah, indeed, and it seems like Aura Fire here, Arashi, they are still somehow holding on here. They are behind 1,000 gold lead. What can Alter Ego Esports really do?
Well, in the first place, like we usually say that Pi on heroes as quote-unquote boring, like a Baxia, he usually just shines on like a Phoveus, like an Esmeralda, those more dynamic heroes. But Uriel, he comes in, but he gets countered with another real manipulation of his own.
Yeah, I mean, he wants more. He wants to revenge his teammates as Uriel trying hard to delay this game. Tempest Blade was spotted, but Uriel is down, and High will not be able to survive as well. But the combination here, Godiva will pick up kids. Both junglers for both of the teams are down. And now it seems like Godiva, both roamers here, going at it with not enough damage here. But Pi with that shield unity trying to find something. He will not commit to it just yet. Oh, never mind. 3v2 in the mid side. This might be a mistake. Leo Murphy trying hard to find that kill, and he gets it. Pi survives with that Poissons. And man, Alter Ego Esports, they are not stopping. Real world manipulation popped by Uriel just to clear the ways and as well apply pressure.
Heavy skirmishes on the map. It's still Alter Ego who's grasping onto that gold lead, but Aura Fire with this turtle, they should be able to even out the odds once again, getting... Wait, yeah, this is so much pressure back for Aura Fire. They actually turned it around completely. I thought they would only be able to turn it around a bit, but Aura Fire needs to be careful. Nino committing onto that bottom side to get the pressure back. Kabuki is not going to have time to do anything.
Okay, yeah, both time collapse. Leo Murphy here providing the vision. Oh, Blazing Duet will not be paused, but yeah, that Miriam Blast actually will be paused. Kabuki is down high.
Oh, Godiva!
But take a look at Godiva at the backside. Catches Nino high, immediately escapes, and it will be a 1-for-1. Both gold laners fall, and yeah, equal trade both side, though Aura Fire lost the structure.
That prediction by Godiva, oh my goodness. He went straight for the battle mirror image, and that was timed to perfection. Again, that was so impressive, man. What the heck? That was insane by Godiva. But here again, Godiva comes jumping in.
Yeah, jumps in. Pi will provide cover. Real world population pops by both mid laners here. Very, very interesting, but it will be no casualty, but top side. Actually, a very interesting matchup. Ling is a half HP. Man, action-packed game 3 here. Leo Murphy is low, but take a look at the re-engage. Fluffy will claim that kill. 3v1. And now, Godiva comes in and takes the life of Uriel. Another member is going to be targeted. Pi will not be able to escape perhaps here as he gets taken down in the hands of High. Once again, Aura Fire, they are ready for game number 3.
The goal is just shifting back and forth again and again, and it's just so fun to see. Nino even coming into that mid lane with that Blazing Duet, but we gotta talk about the win conditions. Again, there's just been so many fights, but Arashi, let's take a look at the items. Tell me what the Claude has. DHS, building to a win of nature.
Well, we talked about how Nino, I was about to say that Nino does, he's just farming a lot more than Kabuki, right? He's been leaving his team alone to do their thing, and he's just farming hard. And Kabuki is the one who's actually showing up to these fights, making a bit of a difference. But as far as gold is concerned, they're not too far apart actually. So will that pay off? Right now, the Golden Staff as well as the Demon Hunter Sword is completed for Nino, so he will be doing a lot more damage. But the question is, when is he gonna be confident enough to actually participate in these big fights because there's so many threats
Play.
against him.
Until play, Godiva jumps in. Udil might be the target. Real Relation might be able to catch him as high. Will pick up that kill. Leo Murphy, is it a prio? No, he will force to be escaped. But Leon Glass catches still. And Kabuki is deleted. Facehugger is next. As Nino and friends, they are able to equalize. And now 3 members fall. Aura Fluffy trying to escape with that sprint is able to survive for now. And man, oh man, with that falling Sarmoon looks for another play, but it will still fall to the side of Alter Ego Esports with 3-man picked off.
My goodness gracious, it just keeps on going, ladies and gentlemen. 18 kills in 9 minutes, 2 kills per minute as both of the teams just do not want to back off from a fight. It's a battle of pride, not just for the series, Arashi, it's for the highlights.
It's not about the victory, it's about sending a message. Alter Ego, they just showed that we are not out of this at all. You have Nino free to farm and he comes in with his power spikes, just clears out the backline completely. That will be what Alter Ego will attempt to replicate all the way to the late game. The question is, will Aura Fire be prepared? Will they read into that and counter him instead? Because they have a lot more options to play around with.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. One thing that is interesting item-wise here, that Kids, he committed to a BOD after that Hunter Strike, so not a Malefic Roar to add more penetration. He is a, I want to say he's a little bit greedy with that BOD play, but take a look at the mid side here. Players getting clumped up, but yeah, I think it's just for the clear. Lord is up here. Both teams really need to be careful here on the approach they are going to commit to.
10 minutes in, the Lord spawned in, and this is what Alter Ego have chosen to do. They've actually opted to put the Claude and the jungler, Kids, up top to deal with the Ling, with High up top, and this might be a good thing. This is a gamble that Alter Ego are doing right now. If they are able to utilize that 2-man advantage up top to kill the Ling, they will have pressure over the Lord. But Aura, I think they read it. I think they noticed that the jungler is nowhere to be seen. So now, High is rotated down below, creating more pressure onto the Lord's side for Aura Fire Arashi.
Right, but there's a lot of tanky members on the side of Alter Ego, so they can actually pressure and scout out info, as Leo Murphy will be the target of the main burst, so Alter Ego can go in really massively here.
Pi gets 1. Pi will fall here. Already a man advantage this early. Aura Fire can, of course, translate it to objective here, perhaps. I mean, Pi, yeah, he was a little too overextended there. Now it seems like Aura Fire, they will not rush into the Lord just yet. But it seems like still Aura Fire establishing almost a 2,000 goal lead here.
It's very similar to game 2, Arashi. Both teams just clashing it out. 11 minutes in, we have 19 kills. As again, just as I say, they go on to Nino.
Yeah, Nino blazing wet though. 2 versus 1. Can he survive? This one is High also escapes, but Fluffy that's will not let him escape. 1 for 1. But yeah, Nino was the main target there, so it's a success mission there by the side of Aura Fire. Now it is going to be a 4 versus 4 with no Nino. Aura Fire, what can they translate to? Oh, Shield Unity on towards Facehugger, forced to use that sprint here. It seems like still no casualties on the board, and actually Aura Fire, they might pick up top side.
Yeah, early on, Alter Ego were the ones to actually pick up a tower, but right now, Aura tries to do the exact same thing. And Kids, I can really say that the BOD purchase, considering there's not a lot of tanky members on the side of Aura Fire, it can work out, as we can see here. Boom!
Wow, Nomion Blast catches 2, and there you go. Alter Ego will find the 2 members, but I guess Kadita is trying to do something here as one day is going on. High catches 2 as well as Aura Fire. They are responding here, and now Aura Fire with that 1-man kill onwards. Kids, there is no Lord pressure whatsoever from the side of Alter Ego Esports.
It's a brawl. It's an all-out brawl. Aura Fire and Alter Ego, they go to the mid lane, they bash it up, but now, even though Aura have a 2-man, a 1-man disadvantage technically with only Kids taken down, they are still gonna go on to the Lord. Again, I think they're just trying to creep the pressure on towards their hands. But Arashi, I do want to mention the item that Nino went for. Instead of going for the Golden Staff first, we mentioned it, he actually was building towards the Wind of Nature, and he built it there in that top side. Able to buy a little bit more time so that High can't really burst him down. But now, again, another fight.
Yep, High here can be the sandbag. He is still surviving that one. Aura Fire will definitely not commit onto it just yet. Take a look at Fluffy's positioning. He might be caught here as 4 members is already closing in on him as Fluffy gets taken down. Alter Ego Esports, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Game number 3. I mean, game 2 was a lot of action, right? In game number 3, this is the dessert, my guy.
It just kept on scaling, right? Because game 1 was kind of slow. It was a very slow game. They went for objectives. Game 2, we saw that scramble in the late stage. And game 3, from the get-go, man, they just kept on bashing each other's heads. And now we are going to see a Lord fight. Arashi, what are the win conditions?
For Aura Fire, they have to make sure that they properly fight with the combo. As we say that though, there you go.
Yeah, double kill immediately as High and Friends. They will look for a fight. 2-man down here. Alter Ego Esports is going to have a lot of trouble. But take a look at this. Blazing duets combined with the real world manipulation, but at what cost? Lord will be claimed for side of Aura Fire. Aura Fire still forcing a fight. Tempest of Blade used against Odile. He gets the lead and godlike for High. 4 members down. And Aura Fire, they are establishing a healthy amount of lead here. 5,000 with this Lord push. They might look for 2 base starts here.
Oh my goodness, Alter Ego again. They went in for the gamble that did not pay off. 2 members were picked off before the Lord was taken down, yet they still went for a 3v5 Arashi, and that gave Aura the chance to just take over and snowball the game out of Alter Ego's hands.
We talked about the difference in the win conditions. For Aura Fire, it's that front to back, it's that combo, and in the late game, they have a lot more flexibility. The shoe is on the other foot right now, because in game number 2, Aura Fire were the ones that can't make a mistake because they do not want to equalize. But in game number 3, Alter Ego, I think, in the late game will lack a lot of damage because they have a lot more tanky members. So now, Aura Fire with the lead, they can actually do a lot of damage and they might actually go for the end here.
Yeah, Tempest Blade popped here for the backside. Kids gets caught, and now Aura Fire there picking up the pace with a healthy amount of Lord. Pi and Friends, they are looking for a defense. Can Aura close this out? Oh, Ocean Odyssey connects Ultras. Pi, he gets immediately eliminated. And Pi, Odile and Friends, they get wiped out here almost as Nino and Leo Murphy, the duo, can they do it? Things are not looking good as Aura Fire looks to close this series as a 2-1. Aura Fire wins this battle.
5v5, pure mechanics, just going at it in the mid lane, and finally, after a slugfest, Aura Fire, their fire kept on burning all the way to the end, ending the game in a 2-1. My goodness, Arashi, how